I was told that if I voted for Kamala Harris in 2024, terrible things would happen. Grocery prices would go through the roof. Nobody'd be able to fucking afford anything. And we'd be at war within a year. And it looks like they were right. I voted for Kamala Harris in 2024. 77 million of you window-licking, bigoted pieces of shit. We're not smart enough to do the same. And now grocery prices are through the roof. Nobody can fucking afford anything. And we all just watched a demented septuagenarian do his best Lord Farquaad impression, talking about some of you may die, as he drags us into a war that is, by his own admission, without congressional approval. So I ask you this today, MAGA. How you fucking feeling? I hope all you MAGA chuds that never shut the fuck up about he's the president of peace and we can't have a woman president, she might start a war on her time of the month, are ready to go die in the Middle East for a president who started a war so we'd all forget that he's best friends with a bunch of fucking pedophiles. Excellent work, dumb fuck. I'll leave you with a quote from the president that you love to support. Our president will start a war with Iran because he's completely unable to negotiate. He's weak and ineffective. I'd tell you to think on that, but you have clearly been spared the burdens of intelligence. So instead, I'm going to tell you to get fucked.
Do you guys remember this?
And Trump's advisors have created a 900-page blueprint of their agenda for a second term. They call it Project 2025.
And this?
I have nothing to do with Project 2025.
And this, where Trump said, I know nothing about Project 2025 and have no idea who's behind it? Well, this is a post that he made today saying he has a meeting with Russ Vought of Project 2025. Kamala Harris was right about everything.
Kamala Harris told you if you elect that man, you would be at war within 6 months. And now look. And you were worried about her laugh. That's what you were worried about. Okay.
I predicted a lot about what's happening right now. I'm not into saying I told you so, but we did see it coming.
Kamala Harris was a prophet. Everything that she predicted Donald Trump would do, he has done in less than 18 months. He has started new wars. He has driven up inflation, not just at home, but global inflation as well. He has driven up energy prices. He is spiraling us into the biggest recession that anyone has ever seen since the Great Depression. So tell me, if you voted for Donald Trump, why exactly was it that you could not put the best interest of yourself, your friends, and neighbors above your misogyny and patriarchy? I'll wait for your answer in the comments.
Donald Trump has no plan for you. And when you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the richest people. I am offering what I describe as an opportunity economy, and the best economists in our country, if not the world, have reviewed our relative plans for the future of America. What Goldman Sachs has said is that Donald Trump's plan would make the economy worse, mine would strengthen the economy. What the Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's plan would actually explode the deficit. 16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a recession. You just have to look at where we are and where we stand on the issues. And I'd invite you to know that Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
Yeah, Kamala Harris was right all along. And I think MAGA owe her an apology. They refused to listen to a qualified black woman and they believed Trump's lies all the time. Now everyone is paying a heavy price. Now they're believing that elections, they have real consequences. So let's get to see more. Please like and hit the video and let me know your thoughts in the comments, all right?
If Kamala Harris had become president, Trump would be facing prison, the Strait of Hormuz would be open, gas would be under $3 a gallon, and America would still be respected around the world. If you agree Trump is an idiot, give us a follow. You're my type of people.
He said he will target and punish those who disagree with him or refuse to bend to his will. He calls these Americans the enemy within and says that he would the American military to go after American citizens. Journalists whose stories he doesn't like. Nonpartisan election officials who refuse to cheat by finding a few extra votes for him. Judges who insist on following the law instead of following him. It is for reasons like these that General Mark Milley, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Donald Trump's top general, has called Trump, and I quote, fascist to the core.
And once again, Kamala Harris was right about everything. The former vice president warned the American people that Donald Trump would send the military after all of us. And we have seen it clear as day. He sent the National Guard to California. Now the National Guard is here in Washington, D.C., along with other federal agencies, walking around with rifles in hand as though they are in the streets of Baghdad. Next up on the list is Chicago. And Donald Trump is going a step further and creating a special task force within the National Guard that will do the work of what your day-to-day police officer should be doing. All under the disguise of controlling riots and reining in crime. Crime that is at an all-time low across the United States. And the interesting thing about all of this, he's only going after blue states, but completely overlooking the fact that many red states deal with crime also. Again, you just couldn't vote for the black woman, right?
If Donald Trump were president, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv right now. And understand what that would mean, because Putin's agenda is not just about Ukraine. Understand why the European allies and our NATO allies are so thankful that you are no longer president, and that we understand the importance of the greatest military alliance the world has ever known, which is NATO, and what we have done to preserve the ability of Zelensky and the Ukrainians to fight for their independence. Otherwise, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv with his eyes on the rest of Europe, starting with Poland. And why don't you tell the 800,000 Polish Americans right here in Pennsylvania how quickly you would give up for the sake of favor and what you think is a friendship with what is known to be a dictator who would eat you for lunch. There is a sense of fear that has been taking hold in our country. And I understand it. But we're saying people stay quiet. We are seeing organizations stay quiet. We are seeing those who are capitulating to clearly unconstitutional threats. And these are the things that we are witnessing each day in these last few months in our country. And it understandably creates a great sense of fear. Because, there were many things that we knew would happen. Many things. I'm not here, so I told you so.
The only reason Donald Trump is able to do what he do is because of you. Y'all set the stage for this. They treat us how we treat each other. That's the part that y'all don't understand. The reason why he's so bad and bold and has the damn nerve to question Kamala Harris' blackness is because y'all do it every goddamn day on the internet when you know what Kamala Harris is. You know that she's biracial and she's always accepted her blackness and she's always identified as a black woman.
But I'm black.
Yes.
And I'm proud of being black.
Absolutely.
And I was born black. I will die black. And I'm proud of being black. And I'm not going to make any excuses for anybody. Because they don't understand.
But it's just a slap in the face that this tangerine got the damn nerve to question somebody's race when he's not even white, he's orange. Now, I'll put this on pause because I had to drag that toupee wearing bitch, but I have to bring it back to the black community. This is what we facilitated. And now the ass is big and bad and bold and think they can just tell black people who the fuck we are when they can't. And it's not Kamala Harris being biracial that's the problem. It's the fact that she's a black woman, because in the same sense, y'all have never questioned Bob Marley's blackness, and he's half Jamaican and he's half white. What's the difference other than the dick between his legs? It's funny that I can go into any black-owned barbershop and see Malcolm X mixed ass sitting on the motherfucking wall. It's funny that y'all will claim Barack Obama being the first black male president, but his ass is half white. I just wonder what the damn difference is. And it can't be because she's Southeast Asian, because I remember black people were on an uproar when Tiger Woods called himself comical Asian. Well, maybe it's because she's Indian. I don't believe that either. The reason why I don't believe that, because how can you sit here and simultaneously hate Kamala Harris for being Indian while also wearing her cousin's bundles in your head? Just miss me with the bullshit, because this is not how we treat biracials in our motherfucking family. Every black family has a biracial child, and I don't remember us segregating them away. I don't remember us having a biracial table and everybody that's fully black on one damn side. I don't recall this. It's like y'all don't even have the motherfucking black experience, which brings me to my point. What is y'all point? If you want to vote for Trump and you want to be a contrarian because you would rather be under an authoritarian than a black woman, just say that shit. Be bold. What the fuck? Why y'all making these excuses? Because it's just giving ignorant.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I also believe that the people who know him best on this subject should be trusted.
Many people treat elections like entertainment or even sports competition, but elections are not about cheering a team no matter what happens. They are not about defending a politician at all costs. They are about choosing the future of a country. Every vote has consequences, and those consequences, they affect your grocery prices, the cost of gas, jobs, healthcare, retirement, and relationships with other countries. Politics is not separate from everyday life. Politics becomes everyday life. Most people vote because of emotion or because they're angry or even afraid. But governing is much harder. Anyone can make promises during the campaign, but keeping those promises is much harder. That's why people should always ask difficult questions before they believe any candidate. They should ask, can these promises actually be delivered? Will these policies help ordinary families, or will they make life harder? These are very important questions, because once the election is over, everyone lives with the consequences. Many Americans now say that they wish they had paid more attention to policy instead of political slogans. People don't really appreciate what they have until it's gone. Never ignore information simply because it comes from someone that you don't like. You see, judge the message by the evidence and not by the person delivering it. So thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good one. I'll see you in the next video.